I care about policy. And when I hear policies coming out of a party that are so twisted against the American way of life, like basically taxing capital gains that are unrealized, that's not America.
How did they take it, though, over there, the Democrat Party? This is Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary explaining this is the best night Dems can have in losing.
How do you read this?
I'm going to stay on this theme for a moment and call this perhaps the greatest night the Democratic Party can ever have if they lose. And let me explain that. I was very troubled just over 100 days ago when they circumvented the democratic process and anointed somebody. The analogy is easy to a Super Bowl. You arrive at the Super Bowl game, and by any measure, this is the Super Bowl of global politics, the presidential race. Your quarterback, Biden, is injured. He's taken out of the game. You don't bring a quarterback in that's never, ever, ever won any game anywhere.
He's actually been injured for the entirety of the campaign. So even in this somewhat more open mea culpa analyses, you're missing a key point. It was that people had been for years saying, this is something not right with this guy. Is it right, this? And even before that, he was a heritage pick in the Clinton lineage and the Obama lineage when the party had been trying to respond to the populist urges and instincts of the nation, which indeed created Trump, would likely have created a Bernie Sanders candidate that was more of a significant opponent for Trump and would have delivered Bobby Kennedy as leader of the Democratic Party. All of those impulses were resisted because of their true fealty and alliance to the institutionalism that has truly brought them down.
You run a process, and they missed that opportunity. This is a chance for them to, I'm not saying they're going to lose, but I'm going to those percentages and saying, they get to reboot. They get to go back to the center. They get to scratch this whole thing. And the influences of a Schumer or a Pelosi or a movie star or an Obama deciding to anoint somebody, those guys are gone in 4 years. They won't have that kind of influence. This could be great for America because I'm an investor. I have to work with who's ever in the White House in January. But I care about policy. And when I hear policies coming out of a party that are so twisted against the American way of life, like basically taxing capital gains that are unrealized, that's not America. Or price controls, that's not America. 28% tax rate takes us to the bottom quartile of competition. That's bad. We can't do that. That would hurt the country. And all I do is work with entrepreneurs that want to build businesses. There's a reason people come here under barbed wire and drown in rivers to get into America. It's the American dream. It's the only thing the president has to do is to maintain it. Those policies are against the American dream. And I have nothing against Harris. I mean, look, she did a masterful job in getting to where she is. It would be good for them to lose tonight. It would reset and reboot and get that party back to the center. It would be good for them. They may not want to hear that.
We don't.
But they may have to. You may have to deal with it. You may have to deal with it.
Changes, baby. It's changed. How will these ramifications be felt around the world? Because what begins in America will likely affect my country. Likely you will see radical movements. Is it radical really? Representative democracy, open communication, ending digital censorship, ending the lies of misinformation, holding big pharma and big tech to account, stop buying up all the farmland, get rid of that globalist billionaire class that are telling the WHO what to do and vaccinating everyone to within an inch of their lives, sacking them from their jobs in the case of 34,000 New York workers, then telling them that it didn't happen. We live in a global economy. We live with global authority. There's been an attempt over the last 20 years in particular since the technology became available to create a one world government, legitimizing it through various crises, whether they are military or health crises. And that is broken down because of a return to nativism and populism. France first, America first, Britain first. All these movements are a response to globalism, and figures like Donald Trump are people that either by design or intellect or by intuition understand that and communicate it, and we're going to see a lot more of it. It was Steve Bannon, in fact, who said when Jeremy Corbyn was the candidate in my country, left, that we were either going to see left-wing populism or right-wing populism. Left-wing, they went, we don't want to go populist. We don't want Corbyn or Bernie Sanders. We want to have heritage politicians that have come through institutions of justice that we're in control of, ciphers, hollow WEF politicians. And because of that, they have created their own problems. Current Foreign Minister David Lammy in the UK. This is amazing. Here he is congratulating Donald Trump. He's our foreign minister. I wonder who they're going to appoint as ambassador to the United States of America. They're going to have to be very smart in their relationships to the US now because they've made a mess of it. Congratulations, real Donald Trump, on your victory, says David Lammy. The UK is no greater friend than the US, and the special relationship being cherished on both sides of the Atlantic for more than 80 years. We look forward to working with you and JD Vance in the years ahead. Well, guess what he was saying just a little while ago? Read Daily Mail story today. Yes, if Trump comes to the UK, I will be out protesting on the streets. He's a racist, KKK and Nazi sympathizer. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. The world is changing. And my conclusion is actually a question. Could this become a time of reconciliation, a time of open invitation for the academia class, for the media class to take a look at themselves for a moment and ask, what have we been doing? And what has been motivating it? Are we all just processing our own trauma in public, picking out big, bad, scary daddies, or awful womanizers, or awful, smelly working class people? Have we all been clinging on for dear life to the very institutions that we perhaps can blame most of all just for this? They told us they were God. They told us that they could solve our problems. They told us that they should be able to surveil and censor everything, to control all information, to control what medications we take. Well, it turns out people don't want to see that level of control to them, and the only argument they have to oppose that is, but isn't Trump a Nazi? Isn't he a Hitler reboot? Well, it turns out that that's not how people regard Donald Trump at all. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and chat? Do you sometimes feel a bit older than you actually are? Even today, I had a little bit of a compliment. I told someone my age, I'm not telling you it, and they went, you can't be that old. Do you know why? Field of Greens, baby. Field of Greens is an organic superfood fruit and vegetable drink. It's serious nutrition. Field of Greens was approved for a university study that doctors believe may lower your body's biological age, which generally means better health. Each and every fruit or vegetable in Field of Greens was selected by a doctor in order to create the perfect concoction for health and biological invigoration. Only Field of Greens is backed by this better health promise. At your next checkup with your doctor, if you can get one, unless they say you're looking healthier than ever, Field of Greens will give you your money back. Join me, I'm doing this stuff, in Better Health and get 15% off your next order and free shipping by visiting Brickhouse Russell. I'm always baffled by that. BrickhouseRussell.com and use the promo code BRAND. BrickhouseRussell.com, use the promo code BRAND. Promo code BRAND, my name, at BrickhouseRussell.com for better health.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.